Hello, I'm Kristen from the Never Ending TBR in Kristen's Corner, and I just filmed an intro for the wrong month. So let's try this again. I am going to do a double month wrap up. This is what I read for June, and now I gotta remember what I said about because one book I had right, the other one not so much. It was from the month before. But so let's go with the one that I just talked about, Leather and Lark. This was one of my favorite books of the month of June. If you enjoy Butcher and Blackbird, you're going to enjoy this. It took me a while to like, what's his name? Lachlan? Lakin? I don't know. I looked up the audio or the narrator to have him say his name, and I had a really hard time. So I had a hard time with that. But if you like audiobooks, the duo that narrates this book, oh my gosh, their voices are gorgeous and they're just sexy as hell. I did not, but because I actually like reading the books, but I might get swayed for this next one, or I might just start buying the audiobooks. Anyway, thinking out loud. Lark was adorable. I absolutely love her. She reminds me of Harley Quinn. Her Aunt Ethel was one of the stars of the book, in my opinion. She was fantastic. The villain, not sure how I felt about him. It's more of a revenge story. I still don't understand the eye for an eye, because it's like a brother for a brother. He kind of gets featured in the end of Butcher and Blackbird going into this one, and I don't know, I didn't really need him because I felt like there was other stuff going on, but I like the fact that, you know, it ties them together. The marriage was hilarious. The dog, oh my god, the dog. Anybody else fall in love with the dog? I thought the dog was a great addition to the characters. And then the glitter. I cannot look at a snow globe the same. Like, I want to find that snow globe, or maybe even make my own with the Halloween decorations that are coming out. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will make decorations for my booktube area, well, my YouTube area. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Future me, remember that. So yeah, editing me. I just realized that I did not talk about Ethel. I loved Ethel too. She was awesome. Yeah, Ethel reminded me of my Nana, and I loved her. I hate that we have to wait until February of next year for the third, but I have a feeling that I'm going to like the female character in that as well. The other book that I absolutely love, I love all of Kimberly Lemming's books so far, novellas, anything. This one is That Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf. Oh my god, and the fact that her name is Bree. I love her so much. Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name. Hold on. Oh crud, what is your name, sir? I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. But I do love him. And I love the fact that he, you know, tries to convince her that it's not the love potion, it's the fact that he has, you know, actually fallen for her. But yeah, I love this series. I'm waiting to read the third because I think that's part of the traveling book club. So I think I want to wait for that. So those were my two favorites in June. Half a Soul was really good. And then World War Z was fantastic. I did that by audiobook, and I absolutely 10 out of 10. It's an all-star cast. If you like true crime kind of podcasts and stuff, it's kind of recorded like that, and it's post-zombie. So the guy is going through and just recording people's experiences and what they were going through and who they worked for, because he talks to an ex-president and a general and a scientist and all these different people that either had power, and there's even a discussion about fear being marketable. It was fantastic. So I left that book upstairs, but those were my favorites from June. Here are some of I tried to vlog in July as I was thinking of stuff. Yeah, because I had to annotate the Sea and Sky one to send to April. And then I started my journey with Lisa Kleypas, and there was another book that I wasn't sure how I felt about. So here is that part, and then I'll come back and tell you my favorites for July. So I'm gonna try and kind of vlog. Oop. You know what? I think I'm gonna put you on my stand. Okay, that's better. So I'm trying to vlog what I read because I'm going through one series really quick. I just finished Daughter of a Pirate King, Daughter of a Siren Queen, and now I am on Vengeance of the Siren Queen, I think. Yes. I love that series. It's fantastic. And then before that, I had finished Fable.
Or Namesake.
So,
good job, Chris.
I am going from these fiery, badass redheads that are pirates and have their own boat, and they're the captains of their own boat, and they have their crew, and they just, I mean, they have conflict, but the badassery is there, right? And the adventure's there, and it's just great. And then I'm reading this, which it's a good book, but most of the POV so far is Marina, which is the Selkie princess, and I'm not interested in her because she's one of those sheltered princesses who doesn't know about the world outside of her world, and what do I do, and now I have these feelings, and it's just like, oh my god, I am almost 200 pages in. I'd like you to choose, because I want more about him. He's cool. I like him. It took me a while to figure out why they had sirens with wings, because I've been reading about sirens that are mermaids, so it kind of threw me, but they're cooler than her. And I'm bored. I'm so bored, because it's just her finding out that, you know, her dad's a liar, and everything that she thought she knew about her history and everything is a lie. So it's very Little Mermaid, Pocahontas-esque. But like I said, I don't hate it. It's really hard to go from one mentality to, I don't know what to do. So I'm hoping that I finish this off because this is my traveling book, so I can send it off to April. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Okay, I am going to finish this book. I've been dragging. I have that much left. It's not a bad book. I just don't think that it's my kind of book. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm dragging so much. But yeah, not what I was thinking it was going to be either. So, I don't know. Okay, so Lisa Kleypas. I'm starting to love her. I started this one, I want to say a day ago, and I have this much left to finish it. I really enjoyed the first book, which is the prequel of the series, the Wildflower series. I did enjoy it. I did also enjoy the dual love interests that were in that book. I definitely liked Livy better than the other one. I can't remember the other one's name. But, and I liked Shaw. So, Gideon Shaw and Livy were my favorites of that book. Yeah. So, I enjoyed it. I loved going and watching the live and having everybody talk about it. And I really enjoy the read along part of it. So cannot wait for August 11th for this one. And I will be ready. I didn't annotate, but I definitely marked, things so that I can remember what I want to talk about in the discussion comment section. So yeah, I'm really excited that I'm getting into historical romance. I don't know how much I'm going to like it as time goes on, but my introduction to it was very, very good. I ended up not really enjoying the Sea and Sky book. I felt that it dragged. It dragged so much for me. And I was not interested in the female character at all. It was very Little Mermaid Pocahontas. She's very sure of how she sees the world, but she is very sheltered. And that's not a trope that I don't know if it's trope, but it's not part of a book that I enjoy. So for me, it dragged. My favorite part of the book was the actual pirates on it and the freedom that they had and the jokes and stuff like that. I really liked them. And then the other book that I was having a hard time with, oh God, I gotta go back and watch it. Hold on. It was Unhooked. I did not like that book. Did not like that book at all. And it had nothing to do with the fact that it was YA. It had nothing to, it was very dark. It was very, I don't know. I thought that it was going to be a fun Peter Pan retelling where Hook was the hero, and I didn't enjoy it at all. So, no. But I did enjoy all of my other pirate books. This series is amazing for a YA adventure series. I absolutely loved Alosa. I had to think of her name. I definitely got drawn into the third book the most, Vengeance. Vengeance of a Pirate Queen, because it was told by the assassin who is, I believe, her first mate in the first two books. And she is given her own crew in the third book. And there's just some really cool lore that gets tied into that one. So I really enjoyed that one. But this was fantastic. And then you find out that not only is her father the Pirate King, but she is also part of another folklore lineage that gives her power. So, and the fact that she has an all-female crew and she's a badass and like she can fight, and she can, she is awesome. She was an awesome heroine. Like, I loved her. And then Fable, I read Namesake, the third one in that series, and that tied in really great. I love Fable. I thought she was a badass. I loved the fact that she found what she was looking for, and then the decision that she makes because of it is just, I don't know, it was hopeful, and it was just a very warm, like, I don't know, I really enjoyed that series. So yeah, those two pirate series, if you're looking for an adventure or you're looking for something for next summer's TBR, I'd highly recommend both series if you can enjoy YA adventure books. And my book, my chair's squeaking. Anyway, and then the other book that I remember that I really just absorbed, and I was a little hesitant because Kristen from Kristen Craves Books didn't really enjoy it, but I really enjoyed Murder Road by Simone St. James. Like, I thought it was well done. They get lost. This is a newlywed couple gets lost on their honeymoon. They decide to go to like this cheap hotel in the middle of nowhere because the new wife is like, we don't have a lot of money, but I saw this place in a magazine and we can afford it, so why don't we go? And then you find out more about her throughout the story, and more about him, and it talks about PTSD and the fact that he was in Desert Wars, or Desert Storm. Should we call them Desert Wars now, or just Desert Storm still? But, and what active military went through when they came back. So that was really cool because, we just learned about what military people went through in this last war and what they might be going through in the next one. So going back to something that happened in the 90s where certain medical things were not, therapies and things like that were not available for veterans then, and how we've grown but not enough. So I thought that was a good conversation that was put in this. I loved Rose. Rose was my favorite character. She is the B&B that the police kind of throw the couple into, because what happens is on their way to their honeymoon, there is this hitchhiker that they pick up, and she ends up, when they start talking to her, they realize that she's all bloody and nasty and whatever, so they decide to bring her to the ER, and she dies. So now they are murder suspects for an investigation in this small town, that all these murders keep happening from hitchhikers. And there's a little ghost story that goes with it, and I thought the tie-in was pretty cool. I thought I didn't expect the cancer conversation that came towards the end of it. I'm not really spoiling anything because you might have a different outtake from it or a different take back. Whatever. Obviously, I'm new to talking about my books, but there is this coincidence where the people that were most affected by these hauntings now have brain cancer. So I thought that was a cool twist, but I don't know why the twist had to happen at the end. The teenagers that were trying to be like little sleuths, they were fun. And the nostalgia of 1 Hour Photo and having actual film and not knowing what was going to develop and how to develop film, that was fun for me. So I really liked this book. And then, oh, the other one that I wanted to just talk about, so Weird Ass Romance picked it was like a Creature of the Black Lagoon retelling, but it was a smut book. That was fun. But the Cold Sweat was hilarious. If you can read smut and you enjoy it and you're just looking for a fun time, I think it's like 60 pages. It's about the Kool-Aid Man. And it was so good. He says it, and that was it for me. Like, it was a great book just because he says it. And then it comes back around in another scene, but it was so funny. Oh my god. So if you're looking for a funny, good time smut book with the Kool-Aid Man, read Cold Sweat. It's on KU. It's totally worth it. But yeah, so that was my wrap up. What did you read in the month of, or what has been your favorite book so far? And, you know, have you been doing a theme with summer books, or are you just mood reading? Yeah, that's it. I hope you're having a great day and a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.